Hello everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars, the Director's Cut. Joining me is Yorkshire Raven.
Welcome back, folks, and we're about to do a Western-style dance-off to get rid of this guard.
Sadly we don't have the commands for that. They didn't have the animation budget.
God damn it.
But what we can do, we can do the same thing we just did to the painter and do it to the guard.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, Josh.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Yeah, who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Don't me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
In we go.
I would say that would lead to a pud shop, but I don't think either of them really have the drive to do it.
Probably not. Probably not.
Just a lot of phone and angry words.
I couldn't see anything useful to do with the planks.
Something around here looks familiar.
No, thanks. I think I'm carrying enough junk.
I was just wanting you to look at it. But for an excavation site, they're sure not treating it with much caution. That skull has extra holes in it.
There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria. Baphomet. The Templars had certainly been through here. Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side. Now there's a familiar face. Close up, it fanned out.
Okay, well, we happen to have something nice and shiny and polished.
And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church. I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower. No. Look at the chalice now, Nico.
What happened? It's shiny.
The priest at Montfaucon buffed it up for me.
That's incredible.
Yeah, looks as good as new.
No. You found a use for a priest. That's incredible.
Somebody's snarky today.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, Georges.
Okay. So now that we've solved that little puzzle and figured out exactly where her ancestor is buried.
Hi there, Lopez. How's tricks?
Senor Stobart, how pleasant to see you. You are well.
Fine, thanks. Is the Countess in?
She is waiting for you. I will show you up.
It's okay, I know the way.
Senor Stobart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
That's a hell of a way to interpret it.
So the Countess feels that the curse is lifted.
I would not put it so strongly. Your discovery of the chalice was proof that the Templars never abandoned the de Vasconcelos. It counts for a great deal with my lady.
What's the story behind the chalice vanishing?
When the Inquisition raided, in the absence of Don Carlos, it was believed that they had taken it. Naturally, they denied the charge as they denied taking the children. And naturally, nobody believed them.
But they were telling the truth. The chalice was hidden from them. You don't suppose they were telling the truth about the children as well, do you?
Madre de Dios! I had not thought of that. But then what happened to them?
I don't know. If the Inquisition didn't take them, then who did?
You must speak to my lady of these.
Count on it. Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
So we need to go into the house now that we are welcome here. Good old George there, lucked into being welcome in a place.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot of reason to do this right now, but we're going to do it anyway, so I don't have to walk back in here.
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't.
But we're going to gank the mirror.
Hanging over the sink.
You?
I mean, right now, we don't have much use for it. But we will have a use for it.
Senor Stobart, oh, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
Why? You've had it cleaned.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knight secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
Ah, to be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
There's still the mystery of the missing chess piece.
I do not think that it will ever be discovered unless the fate of the children is revealed.
The Inquisition were suspected of taking the chalice and the kids, right? We know now they were innocent of the first crime. What if
They did not take the children either. Then what happened to them?
the Inquisition admitted to killing Don Carlos's manservant? Now, this guy had been told to protect the kids at all costs, right?
That is correct.
I think he hid them and the chalice when he got wind that the Inquisition was coming. With him dead, and Don Carlos driven mad with grief, there was nobody left who knew the secret. You know what this means, don't you?
I fear so. The children are still here somewhere. If this is so, then it is small wonder that the de Vasconcellos are cursed.
This just got real dark, didn't it? Well, okay, it's been dark for a while, but, you know, we just had a bunch of children who presumably got trapped somewhere, couldn't get out, and all died.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcellos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city. There's something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians.
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest.
George, you're letting yourself down.
Yep, letting himself down.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
And I'm just doing a quick double check. Because as far as I know, you wouldn't ask the priest anyway. He would never ask the priest at all about those references. But we need to check out the mausoleum while we are here. And funny enough, the key to walk to the mausoleum is not here. For some reason, they put the walk to the mausoleum button off of the mausoleum.
But that's just rude.
I mean, I guess it's because we're not actually walking to the mausoleum yet. We're walking to the area around the mausoleum, but still. Oh, let's see what we can figure out while we are here. Okay, so we've got that taken care of.
Now that it had given up its secret, the glass squares on the lectern were just decorative again. Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit.
So, you remember how the one guy warned us if we got the tissue near his cigarette, it would burn? Well, let's see if we can light that candle.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
And George actually figures out what we're up to, kind of. Sets it on fire.
Especially after the nonsense with the key, that was just a kindness.
Yeah. However, the it just kind of automatically snuffs out. Well, we left the window open. So now let's do that again.
The tissue was pretty charred, but the grease paint had done most of the burning.
It no longer looks like a horrific thing anyway. Now that should do it. That is an incredibly soft wax.
A few hours later.
I don't even think it's a few hours.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key. It was a smooth, intricately carved piece of stone that had been concealed inside the great candle. The mirror from Lopez's utility room. Yep, I was still looking great.
Because that's exactly why I grabbed it. So you could check your hairstyle. Or whatever. Anyway. Luckily, we just happened to grab a Bible while we were in there. And with the Bible in hand, we can interpret the books and chapters we got off of the stone tablet. Or rather, the engravings near her ancestor's tomb.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
So now,
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is the mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
What do you make of this?
It looks like some sort of key. Where did you get it from?
It was buried inside the great candle in the mausoleum.
Inside it. What have you done to it?
I, lit it.
But it is irreplaceable.
Listen, the candle was to be lit in case of Moorish attack, right? Well, it burnt down in no time and revealed this key thing. Maybe that was the real purpose of lighting the candle.
What are you suggesting?
That lighting the candle was the equivalent of break glass in case of emergency.
Sentiment must not stand in the way of solving this mystery. You did the right thing.
Uh-huh.
It's a quick 180.
I'll have a look around.
It was.
That's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
So, that's actually gotten us some information that we don't really know what to do with it yet, but it is information that will help us. So now, if we are to talk to anyone about a well on the estate, we figure the gardener would probably be the best bet for that type of information. However, it is time to take a break. So we will talk to the gardener next time. Until then, take care, everyone.
Later, folks.